Strawberry Woman by Jason Isbell is going to be played in standard tuning and then capoed on the 2nd fret of the guitar. In this tutorial, I'll be showing you how to play it the way that Jason Isbell plays it. I'll also be showing you an alternate guitar part that I can hear, or a version of an alternate guitar part that I can hear on the studio recording of the song, and then I'll show you a little bit about the slide part that happens in the instrumental, and then the acoustic lead break that happens at the end. So, the chord shapes that you need to know capoed on the 2nd fret will be a C chord, a G chord, an A minor 7 chord, and an F chord. I'll be speaking of these shapes and frets as though the capo is the nut, and calling them frets 1, 2, and 3 instead of the real frets of 3, 4, and 5, and chords like C instead of this real chord is technically a D based on our capo. Alright. So the first chord is going to be a C chord. I've got my ring finger on the 5-string 3 fret, my 2nd finger on the 4-string 2 fret, an open 3 string, my 1st finger on the 2-string 1 fret, open 1, open 6, but I'm not really playing the open 6 at all. So the opening chord of the song, it really just kind of plucks down the C chord. Like a 5, 4, 3, 2. But then as soon as you get to that 2 string, you need to put your pinky finger down on the 2-string 3 fret. And then after striking an up pick on that pinky finger on the 2-string 3 fret, you need to immediately transition into a G chord by moving your ring finger off of the 5-string 3 fret down to the 6-string 3 fret. And then you hit and kind of hit down again, and then you lift your pinky finger so that you can move to an A minor 7. You need your 2nd finger pulled back to the 4-string 2 fret. You'll have an open 3 string. You'll have your 1st finger on the 2-string 1 fret, and that's going to be the first note that you hear ring out. It'll be like... and then you fall into the rest of that A minor 7. But it doesn't happen that exaggerated. I'm just wanting you to hear that it leads off with that. You're hearing like... After the A minor, also the strumming pattern, I probably should talk about that a little bit. This is a lot of what the feel is to the up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, down. So that's the feel that a lot of this picking is happening in. So after the C chord to the G chord to the A minor 7, it walks back down to an F. You move out of the A minor 7, taking your ring finger to the 6-string 3 fret. And a lot of that strumming pattern, keep that feel, but a lot of what Jason Isbell is doing is just individual plucking random strings in the feel of that strumming pattern. So like moving out of the A minor to the G, now to an F chord. The F chord will be ring finger on the 5-string 3 fret, pinky finger on the 4-string 3 fret, 1st finger on the 2-string 1 fret. You could have an open 1 behind it, and then grab with your thumb the 6-string 1 fret. If you can't grab the 6-string 1 fret with your thumb, then just strum from the 5-string down. In this F chord, you can hear a hammer on with the 2nd finger to the 3-string 2 fret, and also you can hear it pull off again as well, like something along those lines. So let's get to where the F is. Walk down the G, now the F, now to the G chord, to the C chord. And that's one time through the verse in the intro. Again, C, C, you can hear hammers on in the C with the second finger, the 4-string 2 fret, and sometimes that 4-string just getting opened up. Sometimes in the A minor, you can hear the A minor 7 like hammer on off of like an open 2-string, like that, like. So that's the verse, and it rounds a couple times, except for the last time, it walks down out of the C to an A minor 7. That's going to be a C chord to move with your second finger to the 5-string 2 fret, and then open up the 5-string and put your second finger on the 4-string 2 fret to make the A minor 7. And this is where he's saying, strawberry woman sitting next on the word next. It goes to an F chord. To me, resolves back to the C. So the full kind of verse, or one round of the verse, and then I'll walk it down out of that C the way it does. It would be like a C, G, A minor 7, walk G to the F, to the G, to the C, C, G to the A minor, the G to the F, the G to the C, walk from the C, so we're C, A minor, F, C. Alright, whenever we get to the instrumental will come out of this C chord. So, out of the C chord, you can hear an open 1 string. You can hear the pinky finger go down to the 2-string 3 fret, and then the open 3 string out of a C. That's the way it feels. So out of the G, I've got my ring finger now on the 6-string 3 fret, and you can hear it repluck and open 1 string to the 2-string 3 fret where your pinky finger is. Lift your pinky finger, go to your first finger on the 2-string 1 fret, then open up the 2-string. So you've got. Then it moves to an F chord. And the way it sounds to me like this riff is going is that you need your thumb, your ring, and your pinky fingers in place on the F chord. So my thumb is on the 6-string 1 fret. My ring finger is on the 5-string 3 fret, pinky finger on the 4-string 3 fret. And then I strum that, and strum it down to the open 2-string. And you need to hammer on your first finger to this 2-string 1 fret. And then you can pick up your first finger, hit the open 2-string, and then second finger needs to go down to the 3-string 2 fret. So you get inside of your F chord. So out of the G. So that was the walk out of the G. Then to the F. And then first finger back down on the 2-string 1 fret. Open the 2-string. Go to the 3-string 2 fret. Open the 3-string. So you've got, and then you go to an A minor chord. The A minor chord is an open 5-string, second finger on the 5 string, second finger on the 4 string 2 fret, ring finger on the 3 string 2 fret, first finger on the 2 string 1 fret, open 1. And I feel like you can hear a hammer on happening there on the 4 string 2 fret. And it rolls on the A minor. And then it comes back into the G the same way that it did before, of an open 1 string, 2 string 3 fret to the G note on the 6 string 3 fret. Then you roll back to the 2 string 3 fret and then open 1 string, back to the 2 string 3 fret, 2 string 1 fret, 2 string open, and then your little hammer on in the F chord, back to the A minor, walk down to a G, so I'm moving with my ring finger to the 6 string 3 fret, and then the F chord, and then it rolls back into a C. Into the bridge. I always mess that up because it hits that note in an odd space for me. So out of the bridge again, or coming into the bridge again. And then it rolls back into another round of the verse. Real quick, the way that the solo happens out of the end, and I don't know that I play it note for note because there's something in there that I'm not hearing correctly. But I know it begins as in. So that's out of a C chord. I'm using a 4-fingered C chord. My ring finger on the 6 string 3 fret, pinky finger on the 5 string 3 fret, second finger on the 4 string 2 fret, open 3, first finger on the 2 string 1 fret. So I'm plucking the 4 string and then the open 3 and the 2 together. And I'm kind of lifting my second finger off the fretboard after I pluck that 4 string 2 fret. So 4, 3, 3, 3, back to the 4 string 2 fret, 3 string, hammer on 3 string 2 fret, hammer on 3 string 2 fret again. So you get and then it rolls back down to a C note. Back down to the 4 string 2 fret, and then it repeats. And the second time, instead of re-hammering here, it goes back and hammers on the 4 string 2 fret. So it's then here's where I'm not hearing it right, but I'm playing like this series of pull-offs in the intro to this tutorial off of a 2 string 1 fret to a 3 string 2 fret to a 4 string 2 fret, resolving it back into a C chord. And then it resolves like that, like a 4 string 2 fret to an upstroke 3 times on the open 3 string, back to the 4 string 2 fret, pull off your second finger, 5 string 3 fret, and then the C chord. was really not explained well. And honestly, it's hard for me to remember how that goes without hearing the other guitar part behind it, but it's just following the melody inside of the C chord. All of the lead is right there in that C chord of. It's all right there. If you're wanting to do this without a capo, there's a guitar in the right channel that's playing this in drop D, where you take your 6th string and you drop it from E to a D, and the chords would become a D chord to an A chord to a B minor chord, A chord, G chord to an A chord to a D chord. I can hear a little hammer on from the open 1 string to the 2nd finger hitting the 1 string 2 fret, pulling back off, D, A, B minor, walk down to the A by just lifting your 1st finger off the fretboard. Then for G chord here, since we're in drop D, the G chord would be ring finger on the 6th string 5 fret. Let your ring finger block out the open 5 string. You'll have an open 4, an open 3, and then 1st finger pulled back to the 2 string 3 fret. And then to the D chord. Whenever you get to the bridge part, it would be an A to a G chord to a B minor chord. And I feel like you can hear the B minor open up the 5 string 2 fret and hammer back on. A chord to a G chord to a D chord to a B minor chord. I'm sorry. Walk back down to the G and then back there. And finally, the slide part that you can hear in the bridge of this song. This will be taking place on strings 3, 2, and 1. Most of it is pinching strings 3 and 2, so I've got my thumb and my 1st finger on strings 3 and 2. Bring your slide up to the 14th fret of strings 3 and 2. Then it slides down to the 12th fret, and then just now on string 2, come up to the 15th fret, to the 14th fret now, to the 12th fret, and on the 12th fret, you'll pluck it and slide off of the 12th fret, then mute that 2nd string, and come to the 11th fret of string 3. So it goes, then back up to the 14th fret of strings 2 and 3, back down to the 12th fret, and now just on string 1, the 14th fret, to the 12th fret of string 1, down to the 10th fret of string 1, and then it terminates on string 2, moving from the 7th fret of string 2 up to the 8th fret, and then back down to the 7th fret. So that is the way that moves, and that wasn't in time, but those were the notes. So those are the chords and the movements to Strawberry Woman by Jason Isbell. Hopefully this gives you an idea of how to approach the song.